Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Tom.
Hey, it's day 3 of our literature unit. And you know what we usually do? We're talking about this novel, One of Us is Lying. And if you listen to day 2, you already know who done it. We revealed the killer. But today we're going to focus on the author of the book, Karen M. McManus, and also maybe some of the themes that you yourself have already kind of figured out as we've gone through these. Hey, maybe some of our listeners, Tom, have actually read this book.
Could be, indeed. And this is a young person's novel, a young reader's novel that you can enjoy.
Yeah.
Young adult novels, indeed. We've talked about those quite a bit because we feel they're suitable for our dear students' reading comprehension ability. We would not suggest you read Ulysses by James Joyce, for example.
No.
Even I couldn't handle that. But we are talking about One of Us is Lying. And not only are we talking about the book, but we're also talking about the author herself, Karen M. McManus. So let's find out about her and some other things in today's lesson. So let's get to it. Let's read through the entire contents one time. Karen M. McManus found immediate success with her young adult thriller, One of Us is Lying. McManus continued to write in this genre and has produced numerous other suspenseful novels. She obtained a bachelor's degree in English and a master's in journalism, which helps her when writing the media aspects of her stories. So far, One of Us is Lying has been the best received of her works. The book was adapted into a TV series that was broadcast in October 2021. One theme that is explored in the book is gossip, and in particular how social media has boosted the reach and power of gossip. Simon's gossip app grants him a huge amount of influence, though not popularity, and the fear of being exposed haunts the Bayview 4 as well as everyone else in the school. Moreover, social media creates a permanent record of the students' transgressions. Simon's app has become a dominant part of life at Bayview High and reflects the power of gossip and social media in real adolescents' lives. Another concept that's explored is popularity and fitting in. Simon's frustrated desires of being a popular, respected student send him down a dark path. Cooper seems a typical popular high school jock, but he's living a lie. Addie is crushed when she loses her popularity, yet this actually helps her find out who she really is. Nate doesn't care about being popular, and this makes him the most likely suspect in most people's eyes. The power of high school gossip weaves into this theme and demonstrates how closely connected the two ideas are.
Okay, guys, let's dive in. Day 3, as we always do, we're going to take a little bit of time and look at the author herself. Karen M. McManus is how you say her name. She found immediate success with her young adult thriller, One of Us is Lying. So if you have immediate success, you're not like some of these poor painters from before the 1900s especially, who worked their whole lives producing masterpieces which never sold or no one knew about, so they died in poverty. Lucky Karen got to be born in this current day, this modern day, and she found immediate success with her young adult thriller. Here we're talking about it being a thriller. A thriller is also a way to describe these kind of movies and books where someone's being killed or is being pursued or has been killed already, and you're trying to find out who is the real killer before somebody else dies. And in this case, it is a thriller because these 4 kids look like one of them is going to be convicted of murder and spend the rest of their life in prison if we don't find the real killer.
Indeed. So that's basically the idea of our featured novel, One of Us is Lying. And let's talk about the author herself, Karen M. McManus. She found immediate success with her young adult thriller, One of Us is Lying. So it's a thriller, which means it's very thrilling to read. Yes, mystery novels are like that. They're real page turners. They're very gripping because you want to find out what happens next and who the guilty person is. And McManus continued to write in this genre and has produced numerous other suspenseful novels. So I guess she likes this particular genre, which is thrillers or detective novels, mysteries as they're also called. So that's the genre there. There are other genres of writing like science fiction or nonfiction, romance, etc. Those are all different genres of literature. A genre is just a different kind of something.
Yeah, it's a form or a style of something. Usually we use genre to talk about something that's artistic, like music genres or literature or even movies, you know. Here, of course, we're talking about literature. And the reason why we don't pronounce it genre or genre is because it's French and it's weird. So just learn how to say genre and you'll be fine. Now, she's also produced numerous other suspenseful novels. So something suspenseful, you could also describe it as keeping you on the edge of your seat. If someone's on the edge of their seat in a movie, theater, or even at home reading a book, it's because it's really exciting, it's thrilling. You don't know what's going to happen when you turn the page. I love movies like that. I hate horror movies. I don't like that genre where they just stab and shoot and murder people in gross ways. But I love thrillers and I love suspense movies. Love them.
Right, so she's produced numerous other suspenseful novels, and she obtained a bachelor's degree in English and a master's in journalism, which helps her when writing the media aspects of her stories. So she went to undergraduate school and got her bachelor's degree in English, that's your undergraduate degree, and then she went on to get her master's degree in journalism, so she knows a lot about the English language, and then she also knows how to be a reporter. And knowing how to be a reporter helps her when writing the media aspects of her stories. She knows how the media works, how newspapers work, and now how websites work and stuff like that. Of course, if you go to journalism school, you'll learn how to be a reporter in every possible media.
You can also say she earned a bachelor's degree in English and a master's in journalism. So to obtain means to get, to acquire, to secure something. So she probably had to work to get those degrees. Most of us do, that go to college and then go on to get master's or PhD degrees. So this helps her when she's writing about the media parts or aspects of her stories. So far, One of Us is Lying has been the best received of her works. So that's the one that's been most popular in terms of the public. So if it's well received or best received, it means people like what you're doing. And that's nice. That means she's been successful with that particular book itself. The book was adapted into a TV series that was broadcast in October 2021. So it's most likely on a streaming platform somewhere. Maybe Netflix has it. There are other streaming platforms these days. I can't keep up with them all. So you might want to check into that. If you're talking about a TV series, it means it isn't just 1 hour or one program. It usually lasts anywhere between 8 to 20 different episodes. So it's a TV series. So you're not finished after just the first hour or two. You continue to watch it.
And you watch them from various streaming services nowadays. You used to have to wait for them to be on TV and stuff like that, but now with the internet, you can watch them anytime you want. But I guess you have to subscribe to their services like Netflix or whatever, or Amazon or whoever has those services.
Yeah, Disney.
And, of course, this particular TV series was broadcast fairly recently in October of 2021, last year. Now, one theme that is explored in the book is gossip, and in particular, how social media has boosted the reach and power of gossip. Now, a long time ago, of course, there wasn't the internet, so gossip was just in the school itself with people talking. But now that you have the internet and you have smartphones and you have apps and stuff, there's new ways to circulate gossip. And, of course, people's lives can be ruined more easily nowadays because of the internet. So again, as Stephanie said last time, you got to be careful of what you post because it may come back to haunt you in the future.
That's right. So Simon's gossip app grants him a huge amount of influence, though not popularity. And the fear of being exposed haunts the Bayview 4 as well as everyone else in the school. Who knows what he's got on you? That's kind of a scary feeling. I wanted to mention there was a really popular TV series about a decade ago. It went on for years. It was called Gossip Girl. And the whole show was based on this group of kids. You started following them in high school and then they went on to college. But yeah, gossip was a big part of their relationships with each other and if they liked each other or hated each other at the moment. So yeah, it's a popular thing. Now, this is one theme that's being explored in the book. And that's gossip. A theme is just sort of the overall feeling or idea, the subject of something. It could be the theme of a talk, a piece of writing, a person's thought. It could even be the theme of an art exhibition. So if you're an artist and you maybe you take photographs and you post all your photographs and they have a theme of outdoor or nature or maybe love. It could be anything. Well, her theme, or one that is explored in this book, is gossip, of course, and in particular how social media has really increased the reach and power of gossip. It's really easy to post gossip these days, and you don't have to be a reporter to do it.
Exactly. But back to Simon here. Remember, he's the guilty person in the story. He wanted to be popular, but he wasn't, even though he enjoyed a lot of influence. And then we've got the 4 kids, the Bayview 4, and the fear of being exposed haunts the Bayview 4 as well as everyone else in the school. So you're always worried that your secret is going to get out, that it's going to be exposed. You might have some skeletons in the closet, things that you want to keep secret. So everyone, of course, is afraid that, oh, they're going to expose me, and the fear will haunt them. If something haunts you, it scares you. You're afraid that this is going to happen. I just said a couple of seconds ago that you should be careful of what you post online because it might come back to haunt you in the future. It may scare you in the future and cause problems for you.
Yeah, haunt also gives this feeling of always bothering you. It disturbs you. It's always there. It's persistent. So if something you post comes back to haunt you, it's going to be something that really disturbs and bothers you, and you'll keep thinking, why did I put that online? Or why did my mother post a picture of me naked in the bathtub when I was 7? Yeah, so make sure your parents aren't posting things about you and your life that might embarrass you later as well. Parents should be responsible when they're posting as well. I know one of my sisters won't post any photos of her children because she feels like it's not safe. So make sure you think about things before you post them. That will keep you safe and also keep you from regretting things you posted in the past. Right now, we're going to listen to our Chinese teacher, and then we'll be back to continue.
听众朋友大家好，我是安娜。我们昨天跟前天带大家看了《看谁在说谎》One of Us is Lying 这本小说。好，那它的作者是谁呢？其实作者是 Karen M. McManus。那其实 McManus 他就是借由这一本青少年的惊悚小说发布之后呢，立刻就成名成功了。所以后来呢 McManus 其实一直用这种文学题材在写作，然后创作了很多其他的悬疑小说。不过其实他本来就有英语学士学位跟新闻学的硕士学位，所以呢其实有助于他撰写故事媒体当中的这个层面。我们看一下第一段在第3句的地方，第3句有看到一个补充性的关系子句，先行词是 a master's in journalism。Masters 这指的是硕士学位，那么先行词是新闻学当中的硕士学位，逗点之后的which指的就是新闻学硕士学位。这样子的学位，这种专业呢，帮助他在媒体方面的描述会是比较专业的。 那当然到目前为止，看谁在说谎是他最受欢迎的一个作品。我们看同样这一段的第4句，只要看到前面的 so far 指的是到目前为止，就会搭配着是现在完成式，因为它的时间已经切了一段，某一个时间点到现在为止，所以会搭配现在完成式。那么这本 One of Us is Lying 呢，其实是最受欢迎的其中一个作品，而且它欢迎到一个什么程度呢？在西元2021年的时候，10月播出了，因为它被改编成电视连续剧。那当然，这个书、这个电视连续剧或者是小说，它一定有很好看的一个主题，大家都有兴趣的一个主题，才会这么受欢迎。当我们在探讨文学作品或者是所谓故事电影的主题的时候，我们通常会用 theme 出现在第2段第1句这个地方。One thing， 其中一个主题是什么呢？其实就有关于八卦、流言蜚语。不过在这里有看到一个限定用法关系子句哦，先行词是这个其中一个主题 one thing， 后面的 that 一直到 book 这个地方可以左右括号起来， that 指的就是前面的这个主题，在书中被探讨的这个主题就是 gossip， 而且尤其特别是因应现在的一个这个网络时代啊 in particular 特别指的就是social media 在社交媒体当中，其实会让整个 gossip 八卦能够影响的范围跟它的影响力是很大的。所以其实我们要注意的除了是 gossip 以外，同样在这一句最后面的 the reach 那个范围 and power 还有八卦的力量，其实是因为网络这样子的 gossip app 是非常大的。那当然 Simon 八卦应用程式就让它有很大的影响力啦，我们知道他是在经营这个八卦应用程式，可是他有的这个影响力并不是他想要的一个所谓的人气，而是大家都很害怕自己的秘密会被曝光。那这样子的一个状况的这种恐惧一直困扰着湾景4人组还有校内的其他所有人。我们有讲到在昨天的这个故事情节当中，有人纷纷跳出来啊，说这个八卦程式如何影响他们的生活啊，有一个女生呢还企图自杀等等之类的。所以同样我们在这个第2段的第2句，我们在最后面这个地方特别注意一个 as well as， 我们可以把它划线起来，你可以说它是介系词，也可以把它当成是连接词，其实它就有 and 以及连结的这样的概念。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. We're talking about some of the themes and ideas in our featured novel, One of Us is Lying, by the American author Karen M. McManus. I think she currently lives in Massachusetts somewhere. She's from that part of the country. But in any case, we're talking about some of the themes. One of the main themes of this book is the power of gossip. And again, Simon had an app, and it gave him a lot of influence, but not popularity. And then the fear of being exposed haunted the Bayview 4, and then everybody else in the school were scared that their secrets would be revealed as well. Moreover, or in addition, also, social media creates a permanent record of students' transgressions. So if something's permanent, it's there forever. Well, not forever, of course. Eventually it will be erased, but like the Earth here will be eventually destroyed by the sun when it billows out to be a red giant or something like that. But still, if something lasts a really, really long time, then it is permanent.
Yeah, it just remains unchanged for an indefinite period of time. It's there for a long time. The opposite of permanent would be temporary. So just know that even though you delete something from online, it's there forever. The internet never forgets. You can't really delete anything unless you're Google, and I think they've figured out how to delete things. So social media creates that permanent record of the students' transgressions. A transgression is a word we use to talk about someone who is maybe doing something that's immoral, goes past the line, that they shouldn't cross that line, but it isn't quite something you would say, oh, they're committing a crime. They might be breaking a rule. If you break rules, you have to pay a fine, but they don't throw you in prison. But if you commit a crime, there's a likelihood that you might end up in prison. Well, these students have these transgressions like, cheating on a test. They're not going to throw you in prison for cheating on a test, but it will be on your permanent student record, and you don't want your future bosses to see that sort of thing. Simon's app has become a dominant part of life at Bayview High. If something's dominant, it is the strongest part of something. So it's not something that people can just dismiss or ignore. It's important, it's powerful, it's influential. And if someone says you're a dominant athlete, it means you're one of the best and it's hard to beat you.
Right, so of course everyone's worried about this app. Everyone's worried that their secrets will be exposed. So it's a part of life at Bayview High. And it reflects the power of gossip and social media in real adolescents' lives. So I'm sure a lot of our listeners out there are teenagers going to high school, maybe junior high and stuff like that. So you know the power of gossip and you're worried about bullies and people finding things out about you all the time. So indeed, applications online make this even more scary. And another concept that's explored is popularity and fitting in. Of course, this also is something that you need to worry about when you go to school. Are you popular? Do people like you? And do you fit in? Do you belong? Or are you an outsider? Are you a weirdo or something like that who's going to be bullied? So these are concerns that kids have to worry about all the time.
I think some kids really do think that the popular kids always fit in, but that's not true. Everyone has times in their lives, especially junior high and high school, where you really don't know if you fit in or if people really like you or they're just pretending to like you because they want something from you. Maybe you're a math genius and suddenly you become quite popular because people feel like you can help them with their homework. Everyone has these moments of insecurity. So Simon's frustrated desires of being a popular kid or respected student send him down a dark path. Dark here just means evil, depressing, a path that you shouldn't want to go on. Be aware of those dark paths. And Cooper seems to be a typical popular high school jock. Jock is a casual, informal term for athlete, but he's living a lie. He's pretending he's macho, he loves girls, he probably dates the most beautiful, popular cheerleaders, but he's not really interested in them. He probably has a crush or likes some sort of guy in high school instead, but doesn't say anything.
There's probably a lot of people out there living a lie. Maybe they're managers in companies or they're working in finance and stuff like that. But they really don't like it. They like the popularity. They like the salary. Their parents pressured them into it or whatever. What they really want to do is be a tea farmer in Nanto or something like that, or a school teacher somewhere.
Why not?
Exactly. So, yeah, some people are probably living a lie. They're not really living the life that they're supposed to be or that they really want. And Addie is crushed when she loses her popularity, yet this actually helps her find out who she really is. So yeah, maybe being popular is actually a curse. Maybe it blinds you to who you really are. So actually when Addie loses her popularity, when people don't like her as much, she actually can reflect on herself and find out who she really is, and then she'll know what to study in university or whatever.
Oh, that's nice. If you say someone's crushed, it doesn't mean someone is kind of beaten down or pressed down into some sort of powder. Here it means you have this overwhelming feeling of disappointment, maybe embarrassment. Maybe you've lost a competition and you just feel so bad, so down about it. You're crushed. Or maybe someone breaks up with you and you can say, oh, she's crushed, her heart was crushed, or, you just feel really bad. Well, she's crushed. She feels like she has even less self-worth or self-confidence than before because she loses her popularity. But as Tom said, this can actually help people. Take a break and kind of find out who they really are. Nate doesn't care about being popular. He's the drug dealer. But this makes him the most likely suspect in most people's eyes. Yeah, I'm sure. Because he's already a criminal. If you're selling drugs, you're a criminal already, even though the police haven't arrested you. Now, the power of high school gossip weaves into this theme and demonstrates how closely connected the two ideas are. Yeah, isn't that true? So this idea of gossip and popularity and fitting in, and how gossip can really destroy lives and make it harder for kids to fit in and to be popular.
Yeah, I was not popular in high school, but it didn't really matter that much to me because I realized that being popular had its own restrictions and things like that, and you had to behave a certain way. I just like kind of being on my own and writing stories and drawing pictures and stuff like that. So popularity didn't really mean that much to me. But again, this is a major theme of this book, popularity, gossip, etc., etc. So maybe y'all can talk about this amongst yourselves. Yeah, you can maybe talk about it. Why do you think Simon acted in the way that he did? And also talk about the question, how important is high school popularity in your life? Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. It's time now to listen to our Chinese teacher.
那当然啦，社交媒体就为同学这个所谓的学生犯错的行为就创造了永久记录啊，因为你网络上一直去找，就是会找到这样的记录。那这样有什么样的重要呢？因为其实青少年学生他就是在学嘛，那他就是有犯错的一个权利，他犯错就是应该要被给予一个机会去改正。可是如果网络上就这样被八卦这样子掀出来，然后呢永久有一个记录的话，其实对于高中生，对于整个人的成长是有很负面的影响的。那当然第二个要探讨的一个概念就是所谓的人气啊，还有融入这件事情。我们接着看到第3段，因为我们说 Simon 他很想红，但是其实他经营的这个八卦软体并不是让他红，然后呢他就觉得很沮丧，然后思想就开始扭曲。当然还有其他的主角，例如 Cooper， 他其实是一个很典型受欢迎的高中运动员，但是他其实是活在谎话当中。还有 Eddie 失去人气，然后呢他就很伤心，但事实上也有一点好处啦，这帮助他发现自己到底是谁。Ned 是最不受欢迎的啊，所以最没有 popularity 就让他成为大多数人眼中最有可能的嫌疑犯。我们看一下第3段第5句的地方 makes him the most likely suspect， 使他成为最可能的嫌疑犯。所以在这里的 make 其实是一个不完全及物动词的用法，我们在 make 后面加受词，还要加上补语补充说明这个受词 him 是什么样的一个身份，或是什么样的形容的状况，或甚至什么样的地点。所以高中的这种流言蜚语的力量交织在这个主题当中，这两个概念其实是密切的关联，而且也很符合现在青少年的生活，所以看谁在说谎才会这么红啊。如果有空的话，大家不妨欣赏看看哦。我是安娜，我们下次见。
That's it, guys. Thanks for joining us for a literature unit. We hope you get a chance to pick up a copy of this book, One of Us is Lying. I would read the book first if I were you, and then get onto the internet and stream it and see if the version, the adaptation, you could say, of the novel is as good as the novel was itself. Usually the book's much better because they have more time, and your imagination is actually better than a lot of producers and directors' imagination. So it's kind of fun to look into. That's all the time we have, though. Join us for our next program for English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Tom. Goodbye.
Bye.